Howdy doody, everybody. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? That's pretty. I remember on a job, I wasn't working it. Up at my camp, there was a piece that was cut for Collins. And there was a forest road like this. Their forest road is gated at the one end. But man, there must have been a mile of road like this with logs piled that high. The entire length of the road. They cut all winter. The road got iced in and they couldn't get trucks in there or something. And them guys cut all winter long, piled up logs like that for almost a mile. It was pretty impressive. So this is, I think, called the Tri-County Mud Bogs. So down in there, you see that little pit. That's the actual mud pit, I think. There might be more up there. That's the dirt drag or the sand drag where they drag the sleds down the tracks there. And then there's some campers down there. And this is their hill climb. They've got this hill. And this one here goes right to about there, and then boy, it takes off straight down. So I don't know if they like push obstacles in it, because this isn't too bad here. But so yeah, I guess if you're into that kind of stuff, this is over not far from Lisbon, Ohio. So, but what was I gonna say? Oh, there was a campground up there, and I think where is it? Right there. You can see the power line. They had it hooked to the tree, and then something tore it down. I think that tree up there, that stump, tore it down. So that's why we cut a new right-of-way. That's where all the logs went. The right-of-way is about anywhere from about 100 to 125 feet. Some of this stuff ain't bad. It's got nice tight grain. It's slow growing. See, here's the black. That's black oak. That's black oak. There's some soft maple right there. The white oak in here is very nice. Yeah, look how tight the rings are. But there's a lot of mineral too, as you can see. Some of that, that's a piece of red, I think. And but yeah, it's pretty stuff. So there's the big dozer. So far, no major hiccups. There's something going on with that right track. I don't know what it is. It's jumping. Feels like it's jumping. I think it's hanging up on a rock guard somewhere. It's plenty tight enough, I think. I don't know if I got a roller bad or what's going on. We'll figure it out. But cleaned up the right of way. Pushed brush off. Made a nice path out in there. You guys can go out for the campground and cut all the firewood they want. There'll be some firewood left here too. But man, what a pretty day to finish on. Supposed to get like a half inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain tonight into tomorrow, but you can see the road. It's wild. This sand, this soil here is like real sandy with gravel, round gravel. It's like glacial till, I think is what they call this. And we regraded the whole road down through here, which was kind of washed out to begin with, so it ought to be better than it was. I recut the ditch line along from about right there up, and then I cut one on the other side there too. So hopefully it keeps the water out of here, and then once these logs are gone, we'll pack drag this with the dozer. So enjoy your day, everybody. Whatever day I post this, it's Friday today, so enjoy your whatever day I post this. Have a good one, folks. What's up, guys? So that first part you saw there was obviously the end of the job I just did in Ohio. There's nothing, that was finished. I pretty much described what we were doing there and didn't do no further. This job is one we just picked up. You can see the blue marks. And that brings me to the point of this video. And it's the hardest part of being in the timber industry, in my opinion. Personally, I think the hardest part is acquiring the timber, purchasing timber, approaching landowners cold, walking up to them, whether it's knocking on doors, making phone calls, having somebody tell somebody, whatever. To me, at times, it's just degrading. Like you get shot down
it's not so much the, I've had some nasty landowners, you know, you approach them and they just basically flip out on you. How dare you, blah, 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 nah. And that's perfectly fine. It's their land. You know, people can do with it as they please, in my opinion. Now, look at that pile of tires. Wonder how that got here. With that being said, we have the other ones. I've literally marked thousands of trees in the past couple months. And I have 3 little jobs to show for it. That's it. Under 100,000 feet. And most of them are just small picker truck jobs. You say, well, what's a picker truck job? That's basically just like you saw in the previous videos. Drag them up with the dozer. We might bring a skidder, hand buck them, and they get with the self-loaders. And it's not enough. It's not enough to pay the bills. I'd be lying to you if I told you things were good right now, because they're not. I have not worked in the past month. So I had these videos post-dated because I figured they'd cover it. Well, I'm running out of stuff to show you. That's why there was no video Sunday. The weather has been horrible. I came down with some kind of sickness. I don't know what it was. I believe it was just a very bad cold. I'm finally getting over it. And things are tight. A lot of the properties I've marked, one of 2 things usually happens. The first thing is you give them a number and they go, nah, you know what, we're just going to hold off. We appreciate it, but we just, we're hold off for more. Fine, that's cool. I can understand that. The second thing that usually will happen, and this is more common, is you will mark the property, you'll get back to the landowner, you will tell them, look, this is what we come up with, this is the price. I don't do the price, don't ask me about the price. I search the jobs, I will mark them, I will cut them. The purchasing is done by the guy I work with. He purchases, contracts me to cut it. Now, he'll throw me some money here and there for marking and finding the jobs. But if we don't get the job, there's no money to be had, no money's thrown. So I'm not making anything off of it. So what you'll have on a lot of these is you'll tell the people, hey, here's what we came up with. Here's our price, blah, 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 blah. And they'll say, okay, cool. Give me a day. I'm going to talk it over with such and such, or give me this, blah, and you think, okay. And then all of a sudden, boom. You'll never hear back from them again. Ignore your phone calls. Some people will only do text message. They'll ignore your text message or emails, however we correspond with them. You'll ride by 2 weeks later and there's a crew of Dutchmen in there just annihilating the place. So basically they used you, or me, us, to get their baseline for negotiation because they really didn't know what they had. And then they call Joe Blow, whoever, comes in and blows it out of the water. And then there you go, you've lost it. That's frustrating to me. It's getting hard. It's getting hard to make payments. The stress is getting hard on me. I need to physically work. I just go stir crazy. So, like I said, the hardest part, in my opinion, is purchasing the timber, acquiring the work. And some people are great at it. Some people can walk right in. That timber's bought before they even say 2 words to the person. And maybe that's just how certain people's personalities are. I don't know. Me personally, I have trouble with it. It's hard. It's hard for me. So I've been trying to work on it. And like I said, I've had some small successes, but it's not been as successful as I'd like it to be. Let's put it that way. But keep trudging forward. Hopefully we can get some stuff going and move on. Hopefully the economy doesn't go kaput too bad and really screw us up. But so here's the plan for this one. You saw that road. We walked up that one earlier, or you didn't see it because I started the camera back there because I screwed the first cut up. So anything down there, I don't have to cut no bench roads, and the hill's real gradual back there too. Probably gonna do this mostly with all the dozers, excuse me. We're gonna come up here. This is a gas line. I'm gonna wrap the road right around there. We'll put a crossing in right here somewhere and go over there, do a crossing and run that side a little bit. And there's another path that goes down in there. Then we can cut the whole top, that whole side, all down through there, and it'll all go out there. I'm gonna go down here and there's a gated road. It's a gate that goes across a rails to trail project thing that they did. I don't want to say the name of it, but I have to contact them and let them know we're gonna have some trucks driving across, and it begins right here, so it shouldn't be too bad. I don't think they'll give us too much trouble. We're gonna donate some. This one's like a limestone dust trail. We're gonna donate some limestone dust to them or something. We'll work something out. You know, hey, we'll make a donation to you guys. You know, for letting us cross or whatever. So a lot of black birch on this job. Hopefully we find a market for that. I really hope we do, because it looks like some nice stuff. There's some really nice black birch up there. There's a big patch of it. There's some big cherry in here. There's some big sycamore down there, as you can tell. Here's a hickory that fell and is growing again. I'll root that up with the dozer, and we'll cut that root ball off, and we could salvage some of that. Looks like that piece there is pretty crummy, but yeah. So that's where we're at right now. I'm making some provisions to work elsewhere. Unfortunately, it's not going to be close to home, which sucks. And now that I got somebody in my life I want to spend a lot of time with, I'm going to have to start working far from home, and I don't like that. So, but I guess you have to do what you have to do. So, yeah, you see right out through there, there's going to be a gate, and then there's my truck right there, and then there's the road that goes out. So, I just want to fill you guys in and let you know what's going on, and wanted to explain what I thought was the hardest part. Look at all the green. It's good to see some green. Over and out, guys.